All right, so get this. We're diving into a world where your phone gets service. Wait for it. From space.
From space. Yeah,
No, seriously.
it's pretty wild.
We're talking space-based mobile networks.
Yeah.
You know how frustrating it is to be out hiking,
Yeah.
like exploring some vista, and bam, no signal.
Oh, tell me about it.
This new tech could change all that.
Yeah, and it's really capturing people's attention because it's not just an idea anymore, it's actually happening.
Right.
T-Mobile just partnered up with Starlink
Ah.
to make this a reality,
Wow.
at least here in the US, and they even made a big splash during the Super Bowl about it.
Oh, yeah. Super Bowl ads, gotta love them.
You know it.
But, okay, let's get down to brass tacks.
Yeah, let's do it.
How do they beam cell service down from hundreds of miles above the Earth?
Yeah.
I'm picturing a giant satellite dish strapped to my backpack.
Thankfully, it's way more elegant than that.
Okay, good.
Think of it like this. There's a whole network of these satellites whizzing around up there, and they're designed to communicate directly with your phone. No extra gear needed.
So no need to upgrade my hiking boots for moon boots.
Exactly.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
But seriously, how does my phone even know to switch over to a satellite?
Yeah.
It's not like I'm manually flipping a switch. Right?
Oh, that's the beauty of it. It's all built into the system.
Okay.
When your phone realizes it's out of range of a normal cell tower, it automatically links up to the Starlink network.
Wow.
Seamless, just like switching between Wi-Fi hotspots.
So it's like having a backup network always there, hovering above you, just waiting to kick in when you need it most.
That's a great way to put it.
Pretty slick. But knowing my luck, the second I wander out of cell range, I'm going to get some huge data bill.
Oh, no, you're good.
What's the damage going to be?
Actually, that's one of the more appealing parts of this whole rollout, is that T-Mobile is running a free beta program until July.
Okay.
And it's open to anyone.
What?
Regardless of your current carrier, you can test out space-based texting completely free.
Free? That's almost unheard of these days.
I know, right?
But I gotta imagine they're gonna start charging an arm and a leg once that beta ends, though, right?
Well, it depends. They've laid out a few different pricing options for after the beta.
Yeah.
If you're already on one of T-Mobile's Go 5G Next plans, your golden space-based service is bundled right in, no extra cost.
Wow. Okay. Color me intrigued. So free for the beta and included on their top tier plans.
Yep,
That's pretty aggressive.
it is.
What about the rest of us stuck with, like, older plans or different carriers? Are we out of luck?
Not at all. For other T-Mobile customers, it's a pretty reasonable $15 a month to add it on.
Okay.
And even if you're with AT&T or Verizon, they haven't been left out completely.
Oh, yeah.
They can join in for $20 a month.
So that's a pretty wide range of options.
Yeah, they're really trying to make this accessible.
But you and I both know satellite communication hasn't always been the most reliable.
That's true.
It's known for lag and like a spotty connection. What are we really talking about here?
You're right. Satellite tech has had its limitations in the past. But what's exciting about this rollout is it's starting with texting. They're focusing on what they can deliver reliably right now.
Texting. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing sending epic space selfies from my mountaintop adventures is going to have to wait.
For now, yes.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean they're stopping there. The plan is to eventually expand the service to include picture messaging, then data, and even voice calls down the line.
Oh, wow.
It's a phased rollout, so they can make sure each step is rock solid.
So it's like dipping our toes into the space age communication pool before we like dive headfirst into the deep end.
Exactly.
I like it. Start simple, build it up,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned this is all starting with texting.
Right.
Does that mean every phone out there is suddenly capable of sending signals to space?
That's a really crucial detail.
Okay.
Not all phones are compatible just yet, especially during this beta phase.
Okay.
They're optimizing for newer smartphone models.
Okay.
The iPhone 14 and newer Google Pixel 9 and newer, and the Samsung Galaxy S21 and up, just to make sure the experience is smooth and reliable.
Ah, so there's the catch.
Yeah.
Guess I'll be hanging on to my trusty old phone a bit longer.
Yeah, you might have to for a little bit.
But hey, I get it. Early adoption often comes with some tech hurdles.
It does, but T-Mobile is very upfront about it.
Okay.
They list all the compatible phones on their website, and they're actively working to expand that list as the technology develops.
Okay.
They're focused on making this work seamlessly, even if it means starting with a smaller set of devices.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's really about setting realistic expectations and focusing on building a strong foundation for this technology. And frankly, even starting with texting is a huge leap forward.
Yeah, I'm with you there. It's not like we're talking about carrier pigeons here.
Right.
Texting from space, even if it's just the beginning, is pretty mind-blowing.
Oh, yeah.
But it makes you wonder, what are the real-world implications of this? Is it just a cool gimmick, or is there something more profound at play here?
That's the million-dollar question everyone is asking. And honestly, I think it has the potential to be truly transformative.
Really?
We've grown so accustomed to the limitations of cell towers,
Yeah.
accepting dead zones as a fact of life.
Right.
This technology is rewriting those rules.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. Suddenly those frustrating moments of lost connection in the middle of nowhere become a thing of the past.
Exactly.
But beyond, like, personal convenience, where else could this make a real difference?
Imagine the possibilities in emergency response.
Oh, yeah.
Search and rescue teams in remote areas could stay connected with headquarters, coordinate efforts more effectively, even send vital information about injured hikers.
Okay.
It could be a game changer for disaster relief, too.
Right.
Especially in areas where communication infrastructure is damaged or destroyed.
That's a really powerful point when you think about it. Communication is often the first thing to go in a crisis.
It really is.
Being able to bypass those traditional networks via satellite, like that could be life-saving.
Exactly, and it's not just about reacting to emergencies.
Oh, okay.
Think about proactive safety measures. This system enables nationwide wireless emergency alerts,
Right.
WEs, to be broadcast through Starlink. That means even if you're miles from the nearest cell tower, you'll still get those critical alerts.
Wow. Okay, now that is what I call peace of mind, especially for anyone who loves to venture off the beaten path.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm curious, beyond these, like, life or death scenarios,
Sure.
are there, like, everyday applications where this tech could shine?
Absolutely. Think about industries that rely on connectivity in remote locations.
Okay.
Shipping and logistics companies could track their fleets in real time, no matter where they are.
Wow.
Scientists conducting research in isolated environments could share data seamlessly with colleagues around the world. The possibilities are endless.
Okay, now my brain is really buzzing with ideas. And it's like we're on the cusp of this whole new era of connectivity,
Yeah.
where being off the grid takes on a whole new meaning.
Yeah.
But I have to ask, is this really just about practicality, or could this shift how we think about communication as a whole?
That's the bigger picture, isn't it? Right now, we tend to view connectivity as something tied to specific locations.
Yeah.
Cities, towns, Wi-Fi hotspots. This technology has the potential to make connectivity ubiquitous,
Right.
something that's simply part of our world wherever we go.
Ubiquitous connectivity. That's a powerful concept. It almost feels like a natural evolution, doesn't it?
It does.
We went from landlines to mobile phones. Now we're adding a whole new dimension, space.
Exactly.
But I have to ask, is that always a good thing?
That's a great question.
Is there a potential downside to being constantly connected no matter where we are?
That's a crucial question, and one that's worth exploring.
All right.
Some might argue that constant connectivity could lead to information overload,
Right.
blurring the lines between work and personal time.
Okay.
Others might raise concerns about privacy and data security in a world where our location is always known.
It's like a double-edged sword, isn't it? It is. The potential benefits are immense, but we can't ignore the potential pitfalls.
Yeah.
It's almost like we need a new set of guidelines for navigating this always-on world.
I think that's exactly right. This technology isn't just about sending text from the top of a mountain.
Right.
It's about redefining our relationship with connectivity
Okay.
and with each other in a world where physical boundaries no longer define our ability to communicate.
Whoa, okay. Now you're getting philosophical on me.
A little bit.
But I like it. It's not just about the tech itself. It's about how we adapt as humans, as a society.
Precisely. And that adaptation is going to require careful consideration,
Yeah.
open dialogue, and a willingness to address both the opportunities and the challenges that come with this level of interconnectedness.
Well said. It seems like every time we make a technological leap forward, we open up a whole new set of questions and considerations.
We do.
It's exciting, but also a little daunting, but hey, that's progress, right?
Absolutely, and it's crucial that we engage in these conversations so we can shape this technology in a way that benefits humanity as a whole.
Okay, before we get too deep into the existential implications of space-based texting,
Yeah, let's bring it back down to earth.
let's reel it back in a bit. We've talked about the potential benefits, the challenges, the larger implications of space-based mobile networks, but what about the here and now?
Yeah, good point.
What advice would you give to our listeners who are curious about trying out this technology during the beta phase?
First and foremost, Check if your phone is compatible.
Okay.
T-Mobile has a clear list on their website,
Right.
so make sure your device is on there before you get your hopes up.
Right. No one wants to trek out to the wilderness only to find out their phone is not playing along.
Exactly. And remember, this is a beta program,
Yeah.
so there might be some glitches along the way.
Okay.
Be patient, provide feedback to T-Mobile, and enjoy being part of this groundbreaking experiment.
It's all about managing expectations and remembering that we're still in the early stages of this technology, but that's also what makes it so exciting, right?
Exactly.
We're witnessing the birth of a new era of connectivity.
We are, and who knows what the future holds.
Yeah.
Perhaps one day we'll be streaming movies,
Oh, wow.
video conferencing, and even gaming seamlessly from the most remote corners of the planet,
Really?
all thanks to space-based networks.
Now that is a future I want to live in. It's enough to make your head spin, but in a good way, of course.
Of course.
Okay, folks, we've covered a lot of ground here. From the technical details to the broader implications of space-based mobile networks. Before we wrap up this deep dive, we want to leave you with a thought-provoking question.
How might this technology change the way we live, work, and explore in the future? What industries or aspects of daily life could be most impacted? We encourage you to share your thoughts and explore this topic further. It's a conversation that's just beginning.
Yeah, it really is mind-boggling when you start to think about all the ways this could change things. We've touched on emergencies and keeping people safe, but I'm also fascinated by the potential for scientific research.
Yeah.
Imagine, like, archaeologists deep in the Amazon suddenly able to share their discoveries with colleagues across the globe in real time.
Exactly. Or think about marine biologists studying delicate ecosystems miles offshore. This technology could allow them to transmit data, photos, even live video feeds from their research vessels, no matter how remote their location.
And it's not just about the professionals, right? This could be a game changer for everyday adventurers, too.
Totally.
No more relying on outdated paper maps or hoping you remember to download that offline trail guide.
Right.
With a space-based network, hikers could access real-time weather updates, navigate with pinpoint accuracy, even share their, epic views with friends and family back home.
Absolutely. It's about empowering people to explore with greater confidence and safety. And as you mentioned, it's not just about practicality. Imagine the possibilities for citizen science.
Oh, yeah.
With amateur astronomers sharing their observations from remote locations or bird watchers tracking migratory patterns across continents.
It's like we're on the verge of this whole new era of discovery,
I know, it's exciting.
where anyone, anywhere, can contribute to our understanding of the world around us. But of course, with any new technology, there's going to be challenges and considerations.
Yeah.
We've already talked about the technical hurdles, but what about the broader implications?
You're right. It's not just about making the technology work.
Right.
It's about making sure it works for everyone. One of the biggest concerns is ensuring equitable access.
Okay.
We need to make sure that this technology doesn't just benefit those who can afford it, but it's available to underserved communities.
Yeah.
Rural populations, people in developing countries.
It's like any powerful tool. It has the potential for good or for ill. It all comes down to how we use it and who has access to it.
Couldn't have said it better myself, and that's why it's so important to have these conversations now as the technology is being developed.
Yeah.
We need to think critically about the potential impact on privacy, data security, and even the environment.
The environment. How could this impact the environment?
Well, as we launch more and more satellites into orbit,
Okay.
there are concerns about space debris,
Okay.
light pollution,
Okay.
and the potential disruption of delicate ecosystems.
Ah.
These are complex issues that require careful consideration
Right.
and a collaboration between scientists,
Mhm.
policymakers, and industry leaders.
It's a reminder that progress isn't always a straight line.
Yeah.
There are always trade-offs,
Yeah.
unintended consequences, and unforeseen challenges. But that doesn't mean we should shy away from innovation.
No, not at all.
It means we need to be thoughtful, responsible, and proactive in shaping the future we want to create.
I couldn't agree more, and I think that's what makes this technology so fascinating.
Mhm.
It's not just a technical marvel.
Yeah.
It's a catalyst for broader conversations about connectivity,
Right.
accessibility, and our relationship with the natural world.
It's like we're standing at a crossroads, and the choices we make today will determine the course of this technology and its impact on society for years to come.
It really is.
It's a little daunting, but also incredibly exciting.
Oh, it's incredibly exciting, and it's a reminder that we all have a role to play in shaping the future.
That's true.
Whether it's staying informed about the latest developments, engaging in thoughtful discussions, or simply considering the ethical implications of the technology we use, we can all contribute to a more connected and equitable world.
Well said. And on that note, I think it's time for us to wrap up this deep dive. But before we go, I want to thank you for sharing your insights and expertise with us. It's been a truly enlightening conversation.
It's been my pleasure. I always enjoy discussing these emerging technologies and exploring their potential to transform our world.
And to our listeners, thank you for joining us on this journey into the world of space-based mobile networks. We hope you found it as fascinating as we did. Remember, this is just the beginning. Stay curious, stay connected, and keep exploring the ever-expanding universe of knowledge.